Hi fellow book lovers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Key and I'm the book eater, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my TBR list for the month of August. So let's jump right in and get started. As you can see, it's a lot, like they're piled up. First book is The Stranger's Wife, and this is a thriller. I have no idea what it's about, but I am super excited. I believe it's written by a European author, just by the way it's punctuated in the book. And I've read quite a few books by European authors. Most of the books I've read by European authors are thrillers, and so I'm really excited about this. This one is written by Anna Lou Weatherly. So yeah, if you've read this book, please comment in the comments and let me know how you liked it. The next one is Broken Kingdom by A. Jade. This would be my second book by A. Jade. The first book I read by A. Jade was Hate Me, I believe. I believe it's titled Hate Me. Yeah, and it was a really good book, a little crazy, but it was a good book. And so I wanted to give her another chance. And so Broken Kingdom is the second book that I will be reading from A. Jade. It's really thick, but the letters, like the words, are pretty big. So I think that I can finish this in about 2 days. So this is definitely happening. Next we have my beloved Issa Madden Mills, Not My Romeo. I just know this book is going to be so good. I want something like super like romantic and funny towards the end of summer, and I think she's going to give me exactly what I need. I have no idea what the book's about, but I'm assuming it's about a guy who's like a girl who's in love with a guy and she doesn't want to fall in love. I can make the assumption. Flame by Shell Bliss. I've read another book by her, Wildfire, and it was pretty good. I read it in one day, and so I think this one will be good too. It's all part of her series, Men of Inked Heatwave. So I'm down for it. I really like her writing. It's very quick, straight to the point, and I really like that. So I'm going to give that one a try. Kelsey Clayton, The Enemy. I believe this is a bully to lovers romance, which is a trope that I really enjoy. So I've had this on my shelf for a couple months now, and I thought it would be nice to knock it out by the end of summer. Colleen Hoover, my other favorite, Confess, which I'm really excited about. I have this on Audible, but I don't like just listening to the Audible because I won't remember the story because I like zone out. So I will read along while oh, that's so fun. It's like actually a picture in here. I didn't even, okay. I'm going to read along with the Audible so that I can actually follow along with the story. Otherwise I would forget everything that's happening. So Breaker by Harlow Ray. This has also been on my shelf for a while. I think it's been on my shelf for several months. And it's just another book I want to knock off in August, so that when I go into fall I can focus more on some like deeper type romances and not so much of like the bullies to lover romance tropes or enemies to lover romance tropes in this fall. I really want to focus on like the contemporary romance. I'm gonna try to at least. But yeah, so this baby's gonna be knocked out. Next we have Fearless by Abby Brooks. I recently purchased this baby maybe a couple weeks back, but the cover is just so appealing, and even though it looks like a pretty thick book, the words are like really big to me, and the spacing is pretty nice. So I think I can finish this in about a day or two. So Fearless, a Wild Rose Landing romance. He's hot, right? Maybe a cute couple. Waiting for My Queen, which I'm really excited about. It's a mafia romance, and I've been really getting into mafia romances this summer, and this would be the first, second, third, fourth. This would be the fifth one that I would read this summer. So it's by Georgia Cates. Have any of you read this one? All the books that I've chosen, I've realized, are like 300 pages. I probably should have chosen a few novellas, you know, but Empire High Untouchables. I'm really upset with myself because I said that I wasn't. This is by Ivy Smock or Smoke. Sorry, Ivy, if I'm saying your last name wrong, Ives. But yeah, I purchased this one, and it's the second one in the series, and the cover looks similar, but it's blue instead of pink. And I said, you know what, before I get the second book in the series, let me make sure I like this one. And then I said, you know what, I'll just order the second one. I went on Amazon, and of course, she changed the covers, and so now, if I buy the second book in the series, it's not going to match the first book in the series. And that ticks my gears because I'm super OCD about my bookshelf, and I really want the books to match. So when they're side by side, it would be the pink and the blue. I know that's super weird, but I don't care. I'm just like, I'm really random like that. And now it's going to be like some weird, random, black, weird, dark cover that does nothing to do with this. And so, yeah. And it was the cover, Ivy, that made me purchase your book, okay? And then you went and changed it. It's okay, I guess. Then we have another thriller. And this is by Solani Bolin, and she lives in Europe as well. The Best Friend. It reminds me of something that would be on Lifetime. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be good. Her perfect life is a perfect lie. This is like some Lifetime stuff, right? So yeah, she's the perfect wife, perfect friend, the perfect liar. It looks really good. Another thriller, Unfaithful. There are 3 people in this marriage, and one of them is deadly. It was the hair for me. I saw the hair and her walking upstairs, and I said I want it. It was that simple. I loved her hair color, and I love the fact that she was like walking up some stairs, and I got it. So I'm assuming it has something to do with someone being unfaithful. This was written in the United States. The way I can tell when a book is written in the US versus written in Europe is that Europeans, when they write in their quotation marks when someone is speaking, they have just one quotation mark, versus us, we have 2. So we have like an actual quotation mark, and they just have 1. And that's how you can tell if the author is European or from the States. So this is another one. The Silent Surrogate. I'm really excited about this one, and this one is actually really short, so maybe I did throw a novella in there. It's only 190 pages or so, so this will be like a quick half-day read, and I'm really excited about it. Trust Will Kill Her. This was also written in the States, and this is an indie author as well, so I'm really excited about this one. I'm really excited. This is written by an indie author. All right, let's keep it moving. The Restaurant. This is by Pamela Kelly. The cover really drew me in. It doesn't look, this is gonna like sound contradictory. The cover drew me in. However, just looking at the type of book, it doesn't remind me of something that I would typically read. Like I would go out and like pick it up and read it. But I kept seeing it on Amazon, and it was the cover. The cover's like really pretty, and it just drew me in. And so I said, okay, it doesn't look like something I would read. It looks like something like, it looks like something I wouldn't read. I don't know. But after seeing the cover on Amazon for months, I thought, all right, I'll just give it a try. I think if it's good, I can finish in a couple days. But you know, I've mentioned several times, once I start a book, I have to finish it. I'll let you guys know how this one is. I'll let you guys know how all these books are, honestly. But I'm hoping that she like really wows me. I've never heard of this author, but she is an indie author, and so I want to really support my indie authors. So I will give it a try. I really hope that it's good. The next one is A Touch of a Villain, The Boys of Clement Bay. I'm assuming this is a enemies to lovers or bully romance. I'm assuming it's one of the two. Let me know in the chat if you've read it. It's by Holly Renee. I've never read anything by this author. She is also an indie author. The cover is really beautiful, and I just thought I would give it a try. It reminds me of summer, so I'm gonna end my summer with it. This one I'm really excited about, Regency in Color. I've gotten into historical fiction only because of Minerva Spencer. I talked about her in another video that I posted recently. She has made me fall in love with Regency romance. but I tried to read another one after her, and it was really boring to me. And I thought, okay, maybe it's the type of Regency, or maybe not the type of Regency, maybe it's the person writing the Regency. So I think that, like, you know, the younger generations who are writing these Regency romances, they're the ones who are drawing me in, as opposed to the old school Regency authors. They kind of lose me, and I'm not really feeling it. But this is an indie author, and her name is Gabrielle Carr. And the other authors who are involved in this book is Hildy McQueen, Elise Marion, and Jessica Kale. And it's an interracial Regency romance. I am anxious to see if they stick to the time period, right? As an English teacher and as an English major, one of my pet peeves is setting. The setting has to go with what's happening. Like, you can't write about something happening in the 19th century or 1900s and it be an interracial love affair and she not was either a slave or just a recently freed slave. Something has to happen in this. If this is a true book of its time, this relationship was a no-go. And so I hope that these authors, you know, actually stick to the time period that they're writing in and make it realistic, because if not, it's going to lose me, because the setting, you know, has to go with the setting. If the book is taking place in, you know, the 1862 and slavery wasn't ended yet, well, she either is a freed slave or something, you know. And I'm looking 1817. Okay, so an interracial love affair at 1817 was a no-go. So I'm hoping that they stick to the time and it's some type of secret relationship or something, because if not, it's going to completely turn me off. All right. It All Comes Back to You. I actually spoke to Beth Duke. She's another indie author. In one of my reading groups on Facebook. I don't own the reading. My ring just flew off my finger. I don't own the reading group, but I'm a member of the reading group, and she was promoting her book and asked if anyone has read it. And I thought, wait, that book looks really familiar, but I've bought a lot of books this year. Let me see if I have it on my bookshelf. And sure enough, it was on my bookshelf. So I told her that I was going to read it, and so I am definitely going to read it. And it reminds you of summer. It all comes back to you. I'm gone and the world can know everything. So I'm assuming someone dies, okay? Maybe not, but I'm assuming. And then The Chase. Does this book not remind you of summer? It's by L. Kennedy, and I love how big it is. It's like bulky and in your face. It's a really pretty cover, and it just reminds me of summer, and so that's why I'm going to read it this summer. All right, and we're down to the final few. Desire After Dark. This will be a... There you go. This will be a reread. A reread for me. I read this book several years ago. It's a vampire romance. It's really, really good, but it's really old. You can tell by like the fact that the pages are like yellow almost. It's not old to me. I recently purchased it, but it's old like it was written a long time ago. But even still, it's a really good book. If you like vampire romance, this is one that I will absolutely recommend. Brooding vampire falls in love with innocent girl. She wants to turn. He doesn't want to turn her because he feels like his soul is damned and he doesn't want her to suffer the same fate that he suffered, you know. Same old, same old. But it is well worth the read, and it's a very quick read. You'll definitely finish in a day or two. All right. Fractured Rain by Caitlin Dare. I've fallen down the Caitlin Dare rabbit hole, as you're going to see very, very soon. This is the last book in the series. The first book in the series I finished a couple weeks ago, and same with the second book. I was trying to tell you what they're called, but honestly I can't remember. Yeah. Fractured Rain is the third book in the series. I can't remember the other two. I think it's like Tarnished Crown, and the other one, I really can't remember the name of it. But this is the third book in the series. and it is a Gravestone Elite. It's the Gravestone Elite series, and it follows a guy who is new to a town, and he realizes that everything is not as it seems, and that there's a secret society that he's actually part of and didn't even know he was part of it. So if you want a really good quick read that deals with like dystopian, like, you know, situations and rough sex and, you know, some violence, then the series would be for you. I definitely recommend Caitlin Dare, which is why I have 2 more of her books. The first one in the series is Torment Her, and well, out of this, it's a duet. So she has a duet of 3 different brothers. Let me explain this right. So it's 3 different brothers. The first brother is Ace, and it's 2 books in his series, okay? And then the second brother is Cole, and it's 2 books in his, and then it is the third one, Connor, the third brother, and these 2 are his. So it's like 6 books in the series following 3 brothers, but each brother gets a duet of 2 books. There we go. I read Ace's story the late part of spring. I read Cole's story the early part of summer. I'm gonna actually do a video with my July wrap up, and I will discuss Cole's stories. And then August, I'm finishing the last brother, which is Connor's. So Caitlin Dare is really, really good. I really like her. I can read her books in a day or 2 and be completely, you know, satisfied with what I got for my money. So, whew, that was a lot. So I'm reading about maybe 15 to 20 books this summer. Well, in August, not this summer, in August. What are you reading in August? Share your list, your TBR list. How many books are you going to read? And if you read any of the books that I just shared, please comment below and let me know how you liked them or didn't like them. Warn me if they're absolutely terrible. I'm still gonna read it to give my own opinion on it, but I would love to hear what you guys think. If you like this video, please like, and as always, please subscribe. I think that's all for now. And yeah, I think that's all for now. Bye.